All right, chat. To give you context, because I was gone, last two sessions were the same week, or rather, same day. Episode 12 was the daytime, episode 13 was the nighttime of the same day. Miko did not ever leave her house that day, or pretty much any of the days afterwards. She was absolutely just not having it. Just letting you know. All right. I see a bit of the snow is finally starting to fall. What's this? It's from Lotea. Completely forgot to even let her know what was going on. It's been long enough, I can stop being such a bother about it.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello, my dear friend. It's good to see you.
Yes, it's...
You're alright.
Well, I doubt someone like you would be able to believe anything otherwise if I said anything other than no.
I could.
I think I'm gonna...
It's up to you. I mean, you have your reasons, I'm sure.
I've never been fond of that particular time of year. At least, not for a long time.
What about yourself?
Nothing wrong with that, my friend.
Fine.
For you, of course.
Granted, I don't believe I
That
have
sounds very nice.
gone quite that long with the usual things that happen around that time.
Okay, not too many head pats. I don't want to end up like the mayor.
But... What?
I don't know why, I just have that.
Long story.
Ah, so there.
Well.
So I was right.
It is good to see you, my friend.
I've
been worried. But...
It's... one of the few things that get at me. That's all there really is to it.
Very well.
Scotch,
I won't pry.
Scotch.
One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Well, hello.
What?
I don't know?
Wait a second.
Hey, be careful with those.
Hold on a second. Which one are you?
What do you mean, which one?
That would be one of... That would be one of the kitsune in town. I can tell.
Oh, that's a surprise. It's adorable, that's to say the least.
Based off the clumsiness, I'd probably say if I had to guess it's Koyuki.
I can find out really quickly.
Mm-hmm. And how's that?
Pinch of catnip.
What?
Koyuki is very, let's say, enamored by catnip.
I see.
Hey. Great.
Shall I go collect? Shall I go collect them?
I think it might be best if we did.
Ah.
Things up there I do not need her to see. Koyuki, if that's you, come here.
Hmm.
At least it's
Alright,
empty
you.
and cleaned.
You're ridiculous.
Adorable and ridiculous.
Come on. Regardless of who you are, you know
Koyuki,
better
if-
than to be going through other people's things.
Koyuki, if that is indeed you, I will come get you in a little bit, okay?
Although, based off what they were doing, I think they wanted to get a jar of tea.
Well, is that what you want? I can happily get you some if you'd like.
Scotch.
There you go.
Alright, well. Well, that
I do have to
was
say,
interesting, to say the least.
the forms when they are taking a full-blown form is always rather endearing in its own way. But yes,
Anyways, come.
I
I
came
have
over here.
something for you.
Oh, I see.
Two things, in fact, actually.
Ah, you spoil me, dear.
Well, perhaps in this case I do. In her hand, she's holding what you would recognize as a moonflower, planted in a vase.
I see you've been busy cultivating some of these.
Several, in fact. They are used in my teas, after all, now. But
To think that something so rare is being used for simple teas. Just another sign of your
It-
gift.
it does help, after all, to, well, make it a little easier.
That it does. However, you said that there were
But,
2 things.
Mm.
Pray tell,
Indeed.
what is the other?
well, the first is the Moonflower, of course. A gift for you. Because you are like family to me. And I wanted to give you something a little special.
I see. Thank you.
The other is... You're most welcome, my friend. The other... She'll open the drawer. And she will pull out a smaller vase. She will very carefully keep it away from the window. Plant it in it. And fully growing healthily, a black lotus flower.
Why do you
I
have
believe-
one of those?
Well, the dear Captain Varus had a request of me.
I see.
I know it was yours. He asked me to find a way to preserve it. He said he wanted it preserved and brought back to him. As you can see, I've done that and more, to be precise.
I
But
see. Well, then I suppose that
it
makes
seems he
sense.
wants to get in contact with you.
Well, I suppose that means that they have chosen to act rather than to hide.
I don't know. He merely gave me the flower when it was wilting. Asked me if there was a way to preserve it. Said he wanted to give a message to the Black Lotus.
Well, in that case, a message received and one they will receive in kind. Where did you
Would
keep...
you like this back, my friend?
No. You can still give that back to the dear captain. However, where did you keep it
Understood.
while you were growing it, pray tell?
I have my ways, my friend.
Ah, but see, what if that one spoken of in legends were to know that you were growing such a thing, knowing that they had only bestowed it upon one recently, and left a little remark in meant for the one of whom gifted that flower. I'm sure that they would be most curious as to convey something to whoever could find such a rare flower around these parts.
And I would respond in return, should such person be around, that is.
Well, they
She
have...
will reach into the drawer, and she will pull out a small vial. Inside, 4 seeds, and you would recognize them as black lotus seeds.
You know,
I thought...
it is so dreadfully hard to get a hold of those.
I had a feeling. The flower was barren when I got it.
Alas.
Thanks to a particular gift, it has borne fruit again.
It is the unfortunate truth of the manner of preservation for them. To have them harvested for a long while beyond the point at which they typically grow.
I know.
But, I would ask you to bring something of regards to.
Oh. Apologies, the flux took me. What did you say?
I would have you bring something for the dear captain, if you would not mind. If they are so eager to have an audience, then an audience they will have.
And what, pray tell, would you like me to tell him, if anything?
You need not tell them a thing. I will write the words of which they are to read. You are simply asked to deliver it to them. Give me but a moment.
Very well.
I can make this quick.
Very well.
As she writes, you will see it is exceptionally elegant penmanship. This is something that has clearly been practiced over God knows how long.
Your calligraphy is beautiful.
Rarely
I dare say it rivals or bests the Elfkins.
Rarely do I have the chance to write to one where they would actually see it. So it has always been my desire that should that ever be the case, that they are given the impression that they should have for receiving such a rare invitation. Now, it just so happened that while checking upon that flower, that this was tucked in alongside it, with a simple request that it be brought to wherever the source of it was. You need not read it yourself, if you would like to hear them. That will be up to them if they read it in front of you or not.
Very well.
But this gives me time to prepare.
Very well, my friend. And don't forget your other flower as well.
Of course.
And should you have need for the... well, another, do let me know. They are not as taxing as the other flowers.
I should have a few more of my own kind, but I feel that depending on how this goes, I could need a few more, but hopefully I will be pleasantly surprised.
Very well, my friend. I will deliver this for you.
The sooner the better, if you could.
Of course. I will do so right now, in fact.
Very well. I will see you later, my dear.
See you later, my friend.
And you will go upstairs alongside the other one.
There's no harm in
Not at all.
Alright, let's go. Seems like they're taking stuff out of the building.
Good morning, my dear. I see they're doing something different with that place.
Oh, apologies. Sorry about that, Aisha.
Oh, Mr. Rowan. Do you happen to know where Miss Mizaki is?
Misaki. She's the redhead that used to tell us with Miss Baylor, yes?
Yes.
I don't believe I've seen them yet.
Excuse me.
Oh, they've been.
I saw
they've been
her
around
earlier.
the week.
Excuse me as well.
But
Good morning.
Oh, I haven't.
What you got there?
With you. It is important.
Certainly.
Is that the census?
Good morning, Miko.
Good morning.
Come with me, please.
Apologies
Oh,
for
good
my
morning, Miko.
absence the past.
I'll be
Oh,
back.
real quick before you leave, I've got a question for you that
Yes.
will only take a yes or no answer. Did you tell
Alright.
the cat girl
No,
to
everyone's been
go
busy.
around asking
Well, it's
some people's
very nice
names
to
for a
see you, though.
census?
I'm sorry,
Yes,
what was
I
that
didn't see their
type?
first name though.
I wish
Yeah,
it
but I
was
did
bit of
ask.
Oh,
but
uh,
does not.
so, I know everyone's been busy lately, but it's good to see you.
Busy was hardly the word for me. It was more
Let's not
the
jinx
time
it.
of year did not
Yeah, it's
Mm.
agree
more
very
likely than we
well.
think, I feel.
Good morning, Lazuli.
Okay, I can understand.
So Meko following footsteps.
Do
Don't
you
You
have
have
any
any
to
mail?
go
Shot
out and
then.
get arrowed.
mail? Do you have any mail, dear?
You want what? You want to get?
Moment.
I've already asked them.
Physical
You want
scarring
I was
is
asking
a
you.
sign of loyalty and justice and
I
honor.
do not.
It's physical
I'm
proof
afraid.
Meklo is loyal to
No,
Valis.
you can show that with your
Mhm.
actions. You don't have to get
Fair
wounded
enough.
in battle.
Make sure to
Mhm.
stay warm
It
during your
must-
flights,
it
dear.
must stay with
After
Meklo.
They're
all, the
right.
snows are starting to come.
My feathers are very thick.
Physical proof.
They like a warm blanket.
You,
Yeah,
how
but-
about trinkets?
Plus, I
This
always
had-
wear warm stuff.
That they
Yeah.
are.
The mountains are always cold, so
But
I'm
this
used
was
to
a
it.
great time,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna pin this medal to my chest
Very
or,
well.
or a bracelet to commemorate.
Hmm.
Physical proof.
Meklo,
Do you have mail?
Meklo's body is a canvas of battles.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Do you have mail?
but
Not today.
don't go out seeking
Mhm,
injury.
mhm. Fair
Okay,
enough.
that's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Alright.
Have you considered how the ones you love might feel seeing you come
Anything
back?
interesting in there?
Man, I really should have told that Fear Not story. I didn't get the chance.
Fear what?
What's the third
I
visits
was
Juba?
gonna tell a story during story time.
Mission for
during the
Upper and
Hana
Lower Juba to both
about
be
a
elevated
character
to
named Fear Not.
duchies. Newly anointed Duke Frederick and Duke
You
Zigbiel
want to hear
both
it
pledged
now?
allegiance to the Emperor Mortis in a celebration on the hill of Juba.
Alright.
The speech,
long
Emperor
time
Mortis
ago,
pledged
in
to
a land
remove the
far,
corruption
far
of the
away,
oracles from the Empire
Was this brave
and
farm
push back
boy
the Piwahis
named
menace
Fear
in the
Not.
south. further
And
promised to
no
bring
matter
order,
what,
peace, prosperity, and
he
stability
could
back
face
to
down
the
a
Empire,
bull, he
and bring
could
about a new volitionist
wrestle a
future
ravenous
for all.
dog, chase away wolves.
I
He
see.
never trembled. He never felt any fear. And word of this started to
Well.
spread over the land of this brave farm boy that never
I
felt
see.
any fear and could face any challenge.
Even with
And
the winter
soon,
Well,
upon
like at
us,
least one of
there's
those
no
things, I
show up
don't
on his
exactly like the
doorstep,
other.
ready to show him just how fearsome and terrible they are. Ready to make this
Story
quote-unquote
from
brave farm boy. In his feet. And one by one they fell
Good
and were
morning, you
beaten,
three.
Oh,
and never made him tremble.
good morning.
He never showed an ounce of fear.
Good morning.
morning.
I'll see. All of you.
He never
Hope you
showed an
have
ounce of fear
good
to these
morning.
monsters and beasts. And every time they got bigger and bigger, and they started breaking things around his mother's farm, stressing her out. So he started to go on adventures, seeking out these creatures instead, so they would stop coming to his mother's doorstep. And on grand adventures he would go, encountering giants, terrible beasts with 3 heads, all manner of creatures, big fangs, venomous snakes, with heads the size of boulders. And he never, ever showed an ounce of fear. He never trembled. He never quivered. He
2
never
months
will it-
ago?
faltered.
What will it be for you three this
Nothing.
morning?
Soon, a king
Good morning,
sent
Nico. I'll have the usual.
and he wanted proof and had
Of
fear not
course.
brought
And for
to his
you
castle
too?
to face his greatest men.
Just some tea
Men
and
that
some
had shown
toast.
themselves,
That's
had
all I will
proven
need.
themselves in battle,
Been
fighting
Tea and
dragons
toast.
and
And you?
monstrosities that
I'll have
couldn't
whatever
fathom.
his usual is. Sounds
These were
good.
truly
Very well.
fearsome nights.
There we are.
Darkest and most mysterious that anyone could ever see.
A bit of
anywhere.
tea and toast for
And
Kane, the usual for Rowan,
this king
and
was sure that his
they would
knights
like-
would make this
and
little farm boy
I do not believe I know. I believe
shake the
their
moment
name
he saw
Nadia would also
massive
like what
knights
Rowan is
in their
having.
glistening dark armor.
Oh, alright.
And yet, once again, fear not showed no fear.
I can help you carry it all out there.
He
It's a
faced
fair bit.
each one of them,
Thank you.
besting them all, bringing them down to their knees one by one, not showing an ounce of fear. In the meantime, Fear not met. In all his adventures, he met this lovely woman. Not of a princess per se, but a nice maiden of low standing, not too noble, but not too poor. And they got along wonderfully. And as he went on his adventures, he'd bring her back all these trinkets and prizes to show just how much he cared for her. And their love started to blossom into something truly beautiful. Some would even say that they were meant to be. Then one day,
I have the
this
toast
terrible
from Kane,
came crawling
and
out
then
of the cracks
Thank
of
you.
the earth, ready to face down Fear not. Insulted by the fact that this farm boy could carry such a name, and he was determined to make Fear not drop to his knees and cry with fear. And he stomped up to Fear not, right to Fear not's house,
Alright.
demanded a challenge, and Fear not
I can grab
came
the
out of
ammo.
his cottage
Thank you, Vienna.
ready to fight, not an ounce of fear showing in his bones as he stared into those dark black eyes. Fire spewing out of the demon's mouth as he threw his sword and
Thank you. Speaking of which,
Oh, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
to make this boy quiver in
That
his
looks
boots.
amazing.
and
What do you call this, Rowan?
Fear
your
not
toast.
showing no fear.
and this is a custard.
Thank you very much.
And as the demon dropped to
Ooh.
his knees,
Hmm.
defeated.
And I'll be right back with your tea.
Greater than I, and you'll never best him. And fear not, accepting this challenge, kissed his maiden goodbye, and went on another grand adventure, leading to the next most fearsome demon, and that demon falling and then them informing him of the next biggest thing that he couldn't possibly fell. One after another, this journey spawned for years,
thing in the morning.
going over the world, facing these demons, until one day, as Fear Not was sitting by his campsite,
Here you are.
happy, drinking
If there's
his
anything
Thank you.
else,
eating his
do not
sausage
hesitate to
by the
ask.
fireside, Raven showed up.
Oh, Derek.
Thank you
from
so
the-
much.
Thank you so
Delicious.
much.
Of
And
course.
the letter said, "You must return home." Urgent
Enjoy.
for your homestead
So you
is
guys do
falling
that
under
during the
great
meal,
turmoil.
not after?
Fear Not packed up his things, ignoring his next challenge and going straight home, thinking some foul beast had shown up to wreck his house and cause problems instead of facing him directly. But instead, when Fear Not got there, and he didn't
Extra
find
crunchy
some
Jack.
big monster, no giants, no demons, no wolves with giant fangs ready to rip out his throat. All he found was his maiden, sick in bed.
Assuming that letter makes its way to the dear captain, I will have until closer to sunset before I need to be ready.
Town these days when I have someone to talk to or something I need.
Death itself.
Okay, right.
Any
Staring
particular
down
reason?
at him, his big sight looming over his lady love.
I'm used to traveling and being alone.
And he, for the first time in his life, begged and pleaded for death to not take
Come in,
this
and I make
precious
friends.
love away from him.
And I move on, to be honest.
And death smiled at
Malice.
him,
This here.
It's
and
alright.
he said,
First
finally,
time I've
Yeah.
stayed in one
you
place for
feel
over a
that
month.
fear. You feel those
decade.
trembles in your bones. You feel that ache, that hollow emptiness inside you at the
So I guess
fear
you
of
travel a lot for your work.
loss. And death pulled
Well, I
away,
did, but I
put
believe
his
he
sight
has
behind
someone.
him, and looked down at the now very fearful Fear Not.
Oh, good morning.
And now,
Hi.
he said,
I see you have that
You
cloud
know
with you.
exactly how. you
Look,
make the
I
people
don't know how it
you love
happened. It just
feel.
appeared. I was doing
Run
some
away
bureaucracy,
into
and then
adventures
the cloud
you left
appeared.
behind.
You
Hmm.
doing bureaucracy with the cloud?
Fear
Bureaucracy.
Not cried
No, well,
and sobbed
at
over
this
his
point, I
lady
don't
love
know.
and couldn't believe
I don't
that
know
he
how
put her
bureaucracy
this turmoil
works.
without even
It's too
realizing.
advanced for me.
Rashida,
look, I'm
let us
just-
make sure that we have something to
Said, "I
sweep
will
out
never
the
take
snow
her
that's
feelings for
accumulating
granted
on the
ever
ground.
again."
Look, I just
Death
want
smiled
some
at him,
breakfast.
And he said, "I'll keep you with that."
We
And
understand.
slowly faded
Um,
away. The next few weeks, the maiden miraculously got better, her illness gone,
You.
and
Okay,
Grab a
alright.
seat. You can take my seat. I'll stand with the
he would
timer.
never take her
Okay,
feelings for
alright,
granted
well,
ever again,
How
never
much
forgetting that
small
promise
things
he made
mean
to death,
to people.
never forgetting how precious
I
life
think
is,
I'll have my
especially the
usual,
life of those he loves.
What was that story last week?
Despite a warmed interior,
and
the chilled
I didn't
touch
have time.
of
Story time
snowflakes
was over.
touches
It's
your
my
bare
fault I wanted to
shoulders.
hear it.
Each
And
one
that's
a
the
little
end.
moment of chill that runs down your spine.
I came
I
back.
don't know, the tea
And they
kind
lived
of-
Thanks,
happily
Resner.
Doesn't
ever
eat.
after.
It's lavender then.
Okay, no,
They
no,
would bring
actually, no,
that
no, 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 no,
inside.
not lavender. Okay, the what's it? The what's it? The okay, Mana,
What?
what's the kind of tea that I can drink?
He's
What's
gonna
the
make
tea
your
that I'm
voice
allowed to
slick.
drink?
Black tea.
Black tea, black tea
I'll
with
go get a
no
broom.
sugar.
Why is there?
Okay.
Why is there?
What, do you
clover
only
in
just
your head?
noticed this?
What is that? Yes.
Yeah. I was
Wait, what's
deep
that?
in storyteller mode. I didn't notice anything.
believe we have something downstairs for this.
What the? Isn't that thing that's the what's it? You know, the off-worlders have.
What we learned about with the toaster. It wasn't toast.
I'm trying to mitigate it a
boom, but I have a tail that works very well.
Could mitigate it a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right. But I just.
This is why you have goofy tails, for this reason only.
I see.
Those are the valuable weapons. Those are the best stories.
People say they're trouble, but I find them pretty helpful.
Right.
So,
there's no space. You know what? I'll see if I can sit over here.
Just remember what caused you not to feel fear.
It's about as best I'm going to get since it's blowing a bit in under the awning. I'll have to do it more when he leaves.
Fear not, fear not, fear not.
If I can get another thing of pastry to my sister, please.
Sure.
Truly. My grandma used to tell me that's the story when I was a kid.
You know, I can kill that cloud for you. I did it.
Most of us.
Why? Should I bring more of those types of stories to our lessons?
Exactly. Like that would be rather.
Would you like that, Maxwell?
Running late today.
Manna, before I forget.
Everyone's been busy.
I actually did get a letter from a
It's
mutual
alright,
friend
we're
of
still
ours.
recovering from
Talk to you later about that.
Kahana, and the snow is some issues.
You didn't have to come to.
You're still
Yes, at least
recovering?
the snow causing issues, especially when it's being brought inside.
I am not. Other side.
Resner has a little friend with him.
That would concern me quite a bit.
I saw. I'm very curious as to what the heck that is.
And it is gathered all over the ground.
It's nice to actually
We're going to sweep the floor.
I
We're
tried
gonna
to
have to mop the floor when that melts.
I had to do a little bit, but unfortunately it's just as quickly reaccumulated all around them.
Here.
Squish it down.
If she ends up waking up, I might ask
it's
you
alright.
sometime to take a look at Sienna. She's been hurt for a while, so.
She's here. I was told she had had the surgery that I had requested so humbly.
Wait, surgery?
From the other worlders. That's
do
what
you-
I was told.
Do you mean
Sienna.
Sienna?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sienna's been up in her
Apologies.
room. She fell down.
Sienna, not the
last week,
rabbitkin.
and
I'm
she's
sorry.
been resting.
Celine.
Yes.
I'm
Celine is
Celine.
not here.
That was an interesting one to find out. You've been to the other side now.
Damn it.
She was here earlier.
I will come and check on her, but I will also come and check on Sienna when she wakes up. Do not worry.
Apparently
I will
she
do
had
my
some
best.
way
Thank
to
you.
Take over to their side of the world for
That fall was a bit more than
Correct, yes.
Therefore, it is safe to
Exactly.
Big gangrene
Just
then.
lazy.
Articles would be preferable, my dear. I don't like to stand.
Yes. I am.
This one.
And what do you think you're doing? If you want to come in, you can. It's warmer in here than it is out there.
Attempts at removing oracles would be.
I guess time to
how you've been doing, friend.
dear. Well, the night after Hana, I was
Come
totally
on,
all
it'll
right.
be alright.
Not too hungover.
You
Didn't
remain
feel too
doing
much.
well.
Which was good.
I know the cold doesn't
I believe I gave one of you the hangover cures. Did you try it the night after?
Yeah, it worked nice.
What the?
Speaking of the Hana and
Oh, the lovely little fox.
who brought the kitten here?
Do you want anything to drink, dear?
Yes. Looks like a young fox, if anything.
I know. Just you can hold on.
But yes, went well.
Something warm for them.
Did what I usually do during the week. My studies, my research. I've been writing down more of my knowledge in a large book, trying to transcribe it for others in the event of my demise. Teaching my apprentice things as such, and learning the otherworlders' language.
Oh, really?
Slowly but surely.
Speaking of recipes in the Hana, I did have a question.
Yes, my friend.
One of the Yuan, Martinez, received something from your stall that night. What exactly was that? Because I became victim to it.
Of course he did.
Victim?
The blonde man. Blonde human.
Not what it was.
He had passed by on my stall and said, Musil, I
There's
have this
someone
potion.
milk for
Someone
you
said it was a
behind
potion
you.
of stamina. Can you please check for me? And so I did. I open it up. I take a deep whiff. Worst mistake.
Ah, I see they come into here
First
now.
mistake. This potion was an aphrodisiac. One very strong, very musky. Made my brain go fuzzy for a bit. So I corked it closed, and he said, look, I don't really want
Nico.
it. May I perhaps trade it to you? And I said, that is a fair deal. I will figure this out. There is surely someone who needs a bit of help. So we did
Good
so.
to see you.
And
Got a
really, I was
shop
going
pet
to
now,
try to sell
do
it
we?
to you because I thought it would be funny, despite you really not needing it.
Adorable one, to say the least. Vixen,
Oh god,
are you
it's
by
dead.
chance
It's
free?
dead.
The
No,
only one feeling
it's on the ground.
mischievous.
Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry. You were saying?
Because I know what I was doing.
Are you by chance free for a little bit?
And
Eventually,
into the box.
I find the other worlder known as Martinez, and he is sitting with another otherworlder, and I try to, give them the talk, the old.
Don't get yourself stuck in there, dear.
Not as good as I used to be, but I tried. And I said, and I said, apply it like a cologne, like a perfume, and show.
Oh, it's the same one from the river. It is.
Apparently it just appeared over them and it's been following him and is now causing a lovely little accumulation of snow all over the ground in here.
And
That's great.
he applied it accidentally to the Dr. Kulva. Spilled some of it on him. He had to go wash himself off in the lake.
Recovering well.
According to others,
Recovering?
according to him, as I have asked him this morning,
What happened to him?
he said the others he gave it to
handler. I can handle the
so
cloud.
well.
I guess you don't know. That's fine. One sec.
Very suspicious.
Yes.
He
just did it. No.
Hello there.
tell me exactly what was in it.
Is it?
How's it going, Max?
Wow, it was just so weird.
Though it smelled like a musky cologne.
Oh
I think
my
It just showed up one day.
Oh dear. Okay, well, you know what?
Until
That's
much
over there.
later, it
I've had my
seems.
breakfast.
Do they have a name?
Strange stories came.
Oh yeah.
Good celebration?
Yeah, great.
They do. Well, whether or not they want it to be shared is more up to them.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. With all the snow, I will nickname you Snow. Snow Kitty. Or Snow Fox?
My sister is right.
Super cute.
Hey,
Can you
I'm old enough.
I didn't know you were going to talk further. Yes,
This is such a lovely family.
Hey, by the way, do you have any like warm drinks or anything? I'm a bit
Of course.
bit of a chilly trek over here from the
coffee.
base.
make
Yes, I
someone
don't
else.
believe he has any more. He shouldn't have any.
Tell you what, if you got some coffee, I'd be happy to
I'm
try
pretty
it.
sure he has the bottle still.
Oh,
I
sure.
think he's only
If he
the
has
only
any
one
more
I know
left
who
in
put
that
on.
vial, I swear
Just
to
regular,
God,
and we have
I swear
our
to
style,
God,
which is
I
a bit
will
stronger.
steal back He should not have that damn.
Give me the strong one. I think I've been drinking black coffee for long enough. I think I can take it.
Alright, just so you know, it's very concentrated, so we can have less water. That's right.
A stamina potion.
Of course.
You know.
Oh, the vitality. Did you not come and collect it? I don't have it.
Luckily, they're getting out now.
Yeah, no one bought it. Sadly enough. So,
You're the one that
you
brought
can
it
buy it
up.
off of me.
I would like to point that out.
Yes, but yeah. Point.
Well,
So cute.
Okay.
if you ever need the formulation again,
this
I
your
can more
box?
than likely recreate it.
No, they are their own.
It's like I'm gonna put it into my glass.
However,
They're
they're just,
home. They
they're,
just entered the cafe on their own.
If things are slow one
well,
day.
yes, most of the way. I carried them up the last flight of stairs.
Alright.
Oh.
They looked so cold out there, didn't you, dear?
Here you go.
You said you were transcribing, yes?
Yes, all of my knowledge I
Hmm.
possibly could at least, or possibly can.
Might be a winter variety.
Currently I'm on
That coat looks quite long.
Recovering.
Especially with
I think it might go for my leftovers.
I've been
Oh,
learning
there
as
it
well.
goes.
I'm just gonna cut my ears off.
Well, as long as it's not a problem for you.
Oh, of course. I'm not gonna do anything with
For
leftovers.
exercise when it,
it took
when
me
it's
2
turned
weeks.
into Antarctica
all the
out
herbs
there.
I know.
Do you mind?
As well as a general
I
theory.
got nothing. I have nothing.
I'm checking them and
So
how
you
should
happen to
use
have
certain
seen,
ones depending on the effects they
Aisha,
provide.
Catkin Maid
I'm
around
already
here at
about
all?
100 pages in.
Yeah, she was here earlier with a book for somebody. I don't remember
Hopefully it
who.
gets
but
easier.
She was here and she went to go look.
It's very, very painful.
I see. Just have some questions to ask her.
Let's see. Good morning, Misaki.
Good morning.
Waiting for someone out here?
No. Let's just keep an eye on things.
Ah,
That's curious.
I see. Welcome back, dear.
Hi. I have delivered all the letters that I have. Now I'm just waiting to collect more. I collected at least 4 today, I think.
That sounds very exciting. I hope it takes you to some very exciting places. Go ahead and take this opportunity. It's a little bundle of things.
If I was good or Katkin was good?
Isn't it a pizza?
One of these days, I should really invest in some proper winter wear. It does get a little chilly on the shoulders. This should be everything I need for later. Good morning. Right over here should be a good place. No one's gonna come out this far unless they have a purpose to it. Alright. Now just wait for the appropriate time. This should be very interesting indeed. Those stairs are so excessively steep. I wish I had made them a little bit less unwieldy. should have at least another hour or so.
Right.
Doan, what in the world are you wearing?
Clothes.
I see.
They're warm.
I'm going to take it that these are from the other world.
Yeah. I mean, I got them for honor and all, but,
that explains it.
When they're warm and comfortable, I'm gonna stick with them. For now.
Fair enough.
Once it starts snowing worse.
It's only gonna get heavier from here, dear.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Not a little mouse.
Thank you. Thank you for watching over Wick and Brentavere and Flower. I don't know if it was really you, but thank you.
Didn't take you as a type to be making prayers to individuals like that.
I was worried about some of my friends, and I asked for their protection.
So long as it is offered in good faith, so too do they provide in kind. That is what they say, at least.
I mean, I've seen magic. And if there's magic, then maybe there is this too.
Perhaps they are. Either way. Sorry to intrude, but I just couldn't help myself. It's rare to see people come back here unless they live back here.
Oh, it's alright. I must admit, I know very little big stories. I wish I knew more.
About them?
And it would be nice if it was them that was, you know, the good luck that helped my friends. I'd rather believe that they were the good luck than what other people have said about them. I don't see that.
It warms my heart to hear that. So many like to repeat the things that are said from elsewhere. And quite honestly, it's It just is hurtful to hear so many people say such harsh things about others that are simply just not like them. That said, I am a collector of stories myself, and a few of them do involve some like those. If you are interested, perhaps
Really?
sometime I could regale you a tale or two. If you are interested, of course.
I'd be very happy to hear them.
I'll have to take a look through my collection, see which one strikes my fancy. It's been a while since I've gone to share some of them. It'll be nice to have someone who's
I'm always happy.
happy to hear them instead of worried about hearing about such things.
I'm always happy to hear stories.
Hmm.
That's kind of how I learned for a long time. I mean,
It would
it's
certainly not
like-
be. It would be strange for one who runs a paper talking about all sorts of things, not being interested in stories. Koyuki dear, hope you're doing alright. I hope you're doing alright, dear.
I am. I just hurt my wrist.
Hopefully not too bad, I hope.
No, I hope not. I'm sure I'll be fine. The pocket's right.
Somewhere upon the dress.
Can either of you help?
With or...
My wrist is a bit strained, but could you reach your hand in here for me? And check if there's anything?
Alright. Is there something in there?
There might be.
Nothing that I can feel. Unless you left something in there.
Put your like whole arm in there.
How deep does this go?
It's pretty deep.
I could go in there if you need.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
You know what, I'll let
Sure.
you do that. I don't think I can reach much further in there.
It's fine. I'll just goop and go in. She's in the hole.
She's in the hole. As you walk by, you see like a blue blob just into the hole and disappear.
Is that the evidence you're looking for?
Is there anything in the hidey hole today? We have a slime inside it inspecting. I know it's very deep. Serious hole.
This is my hole.
Dorsey, LaRue, as they... how did you shove them into the hole, or...?
No, they gooped it.
I slimed in.
They gooped their way in.
Alright, you slimed into the hole, and you see, off into the distance, about 3 inches ahead of you, a light. And the other side of the wall that goes out into the garden. You see a bench and trees and flowers growing. You literally see the other side of the wall. There's a hole in the wall.
Am I supposed to be looking for something in particular, or just the view?
I think it's just looking for if there's anything interesting over there.
I don't know what's happening here.
Koyuki appears to have a headache. If there's nothing over there, you could come back out. Oh dear.
Alright.
Yes. I believe she's just in such disbelief that there was nothing inside the hole today. Or in general, I don't know. I wasn't aware that there was...
It's okay.
But on the original...
Oh, there we go. Okay. So what did you find?
I mean, there's a great view of the other side of the wall.
Oh, unfortunately. Well, thank
There
you.
weren't nothing in there.
Okay. I see. Perhaps tomorrow. Alright, well, thank you.
Very well.
You're welcome. If you ever need help with, looking inside holes, then come find me. I'm pretty good.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah. There are holes that need to be investigated.
Well, there you go.
Stop, please.
Understood.
Actually, there is one. If I may ask.
Alright.
Well, it looks like you're now investigating...
We're going on an adventure now.
Enjoy your investigation of various holes.
Alright.
At that point, that is what you would associate as dating, which means that if it's finished and he's giving a token afterwards, that means that, well, he wants to continue.
That happened.
And my brain went fuzzy for a moment. And then I said that is an aphrodisiac. That is not a stamina potion. Technically.
I see. Stop.
So, good day. So,
Good day.
He wanted to trade it for another potion I had. We did a fair trade. And then I sold it to another individual who, kept spilling it on people.
I wish I knew what I just heard. But I don't, and I am honestly very concerned.
As soon as they could. Doctor? No, not together, my dear, no. Well, that would mean the potion is effective, but it's not what I mean. Dr. Kovar, for example. Came up to me and he said, Moso, please help me.
Pink. They're still having a word in there. Has the snow already cleared up for the morning? Hello, dear.
In a bit of a moment. No, I haven't seen her gone by.
Oh, my God, darling. Been a while.
Yes, I have found myself in a bit of a spell. The week prior has never been a easy part of the year for me.
Hi.
However,
Have the two of you seen Rena go by?
Rena? Not...
Huntress?
Not...
No,
Not
not
that
yet.
direction. Probably down that way, if I do hazard a guess.
I think
On the ground, though?
But it seems that I am out of the loop on things, as I did not really allow myself to leave my home at all since last week. And you look positively worn down. Are you alright, dear?
They do have a lot of those. I actually have one of those that was given.
Last week,
Moso thinks.
Willow went to the final slumber.
This right now, it's not a priority. Lisa is able to take the thing has worn off.
Oh, my dear, I am so sorry.
Lighten the hurt of their wound.
It will be fine.
Remember
It is never easy.
No. Which one? Like.
But despite that, I am happy to see you nonetheless.
No. I'm wearing it for today because I haven't really gone back yet.
If only it were under better circumstances, of course.
I'm always happy to see you, Tudor.
Of course.
And I you.
Oh, he's right underneath the deck, right there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I
Are
appreciate
you looking
it.
for someone?
Come on. There he is, right there.
If you're asking me,
Yes.
I was most likely looking to either get some tea or talk to Lotea. Yeah.
Lotea is in her shop
Or both.
right now, having a conversation with Miss Vixen, I believe. The cafe is close at the moment, but I can open it up for you if you'd like to
I think she's asking if you got
have a
I
brief.
wouldn't want to trouble you. I can wait.
It is not a trouble to me, especially when it is one who looks like they could use something more. Come, it'll be alright.
Passion is open-ended.
3 basics. When was the last time sleep, eat, or drink water?
Pardon me? Morning ice hot.
We can get you one of those. If you want, we can also give you a couple empty tapes, so then you can just record yourself. I know you want. I think.
Rashida, do you mind if I open up a brief bit to allow her something warm?
Oh, of course.
Alright.
I really should have not chose here to sit. It's very
hard to find
unfortunate.
places that aren't very wet right now.
That's fair. But yes.
Any particular flavor?
Jasmine, if you have it.
Of course. Lotea makes sure that we are always well stocked of every one that she makes. There's so much snow all over the ground from where Resne was sitting. It's going to soak through the floorboards at this point. To make sure it gets cleaned up proper. He had one of those little clouds over his head. Walked right up in here, trailing a path of snow all the way from the front entrance all the way over to the opposite side of the room. Says he didn't know how to make it stop following him, but unfortunately it's left quite a slick trail in the process.
Thank you, darling. But yes, my dearest has gone on to the stars. It was unfortunate. During the last dahana that we were actively a part of, we had been in Yui when the tragedy. So this dahana, I wanted to give him a chance to make better memories before he couldn't. It seems like I made the right choice.
And were you successful in that? Were they able to have an enjoyable final few hours of wakefulness?
Yes.
Then you did good by him.
I never know what would cause one of our kind to actually slip into this. But I like to think that this was this was it was the moment he was able to see that I would be okay. He met so many people who I had told him about and I introduced him to. If anything, I'm glad that his final moments could have been happy.
I'm glad to hear that.
It won't be much longer now.
Pardon?
Before his body fully gives out.
Right.
I'm wanting to make the preparations today. The children are behaving themselves.
They wouldn't want to make their father sad in their journey to the stars, after all.
Rin doesn't quite understand yet. Lavender's pretty perceptive, though.
Have you thought about what you wish to do to send them on their way?
I'm not sure yet. I'd actually have to probably talk with the captain or the mayor to see what would be appropriate for here. Some enclaves do a ceremonial pyre.
Whatever it is, I'm sure they would be happy to oblige for whatever it is such would be most fitting. They are the accommodating sort, I've started to notice.
Everyone was there for me when they heard the news.
I apologize that I was not among their number. I was fighting my own.
You don't need to
battles.
apologize, darling.
I do not need to, but I choose to out of the simple matter that I do care about you.
Fair enough.
Just as I was hoped that if something were to befall someone close to me, that there would be people there for me in that same process. So I am glad to see that for you that was provided without any fuss.
So long as I'm still around, I am going to provide it to you.
Well, hopefully I do not put you... I have to go through time where you would have to provide on that. But it is appreciated nonetheless.
You've been a good friend to both me and, Lotea. Especially Lotea.
Again with this.
I mean it in the best of reasons.
I realize that, and yet somehow I can't avoid the feeling of embarrassment for it being pointed out.
To be fair, I'm not actually trying to make a play on that part.
Right.
You've clearly been there for her.
Of course, that's what you meant.
But, my teasing aside, so long as you're happy, that is the most important thing to me. So if there's ever anything that you need that will help make you happy, let me know. I'll try my best to get it from you.
I'll keep such a kind offer in mind, friend.
Looks like I'm done. Thank you, darling. It was brewed quite wonderfully. It does.
I only did the easy part. The hardest part was done by Lotea, which was making something worth brewing in the first place.
Then I'll have to give her my compliments as well.
That you shall. And hopefully with that warmth it will keep the chill away for just a little while. Although it seems that the snowfall was only constrained to the morning. It should be a little bit warmer. For what little that matters, it is still quite cold.
What do you mean?
Remember anything from that night, or was that pure?
I know I'm just but I remember
I remember waking up in the same bed as her.
Yes, I understand this. I'm
If you need anything, you need only ask.
So what all can you do? What are you?
I will.
What do you mean? I am Kiki.
Well, sure, I understand. There's a lot of people who try to sell things, but I usually.
We were a bit more.
Well, I make the
You see.
Do you
that time we had not gotten a lot of
do you represent like a group, or?
I think I might be
No whiskey.
going a little bit crazy.
Well, I represent Valley.
I don't know.
So I woke up next to her.
Sure.
She had
Okay.
said good morning.
I don't see
I'm going to
how.
take my leave now. Thank you.
Okay.
And I said okay.
I'm gonna stop asking questions. Just explain. Just like.
I'm sorry.
Well, Lacey, thank you for
Explain what?
Okay. Let's say in theory that I asked for help with my love
I'm not
life.
some sort of god or
Are you sure you're
something like
okay?
that. God.
It's just me rest.
If in theory I asked for help with it, just like because like I don't need help with it, but I know a friend who might. Just like I know someone. What would you be able to do?
In exchange for a portion of your soul, I can provide you more luck in dating, and perhaps an enchantant to make you more beautiful. But
I am beautiful the way I am. I don't need to do anything for me.
Well, although you might be beautiful in some areas, perhaps you're quality.
Oh my goodness.
Don't! I didn't suggest you should do that. I simply said that's what I did. Don't do anything I'm about to tell. I'm about to tell you. Only if I do. In that case.
Let us see. Still talking away, I imagine. Oh, no, they have actually departed. Oh, and they didn't even come say hello to me. Oh, I'm wounded.
So you've got fresh gauze in there and alcohol.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Miss Miko?
Dr. Young.
You can if you want to. Stay safe.
Thank you, Belle. I appreciate it.
It's quite a gathering out here.
I also made some
Everyone just
she's handing you like a little Tupperware box that
trying
has,
to get in around the sun to warm up, I suppose.
crackers inside, basically like a Lunchables.
At the very least, the snowfall was constrained to the mere
Carry
morning.
these on you?
Yeah, she like
For now, at
opens
least.
her bag.
But
There's like a little like bunch of Ziplocs with like
How is she
baby
doing?
carrots, like a bunch of snacks basically that
Oh
she
my
prepared.
gosh.
Recovering well.
How did she fit it in there?
So it takes time.
I do believe this is the first time I've actually
Thank you, Miss
seen
Margaret.
them in person. I've only heard
When you
about
look
them.
after a few kids, you gain some superpowers with that.
I have not seen one in.
We've kept them in the shelter because they've been barely able to move. That's probably the reason.
It's okay.
Ready to go.
We'd say, I'm here.
I
Yes,
see.
I'm ready, amor. Let's go.
I'm right here.
I'm glad to see that they have been well taken care of then in that case.
How?
Hello,
What?
Natalie.
We've done our best.
We filled it with syrup and honey.
It's okay. Good to see you again.
Oh no, it's thieving.
I hope you've been well.
To a degree. I have not really left my dwelling for the past week. The festivities are not the most
Are you able to sleep
comfortable
at all?
time for the year for myself.
Or does it still hurt?
And I still have not found a very good coping mechanism for that. I ended up hiding myself rather than deal with my problems.
No, I understand as well. I'm really not one for big parties and
Good.
large gatherings. They tend to make me.
But does it hurt to
nervous.
speak?
So I understand.
Hmm.
Much rather curl
Good.
up in a corner and
When you feel less nervous,
I don't know, read a book.
these people
Suppose we
around
found
that
ourselves in
valley are very
similar
kind.
circumstances this past week, haven't we?
You would appear so.
They're who I've
At
been
the very
around
least.
for years.
Taking care of Lisa and keeping an eye on her recovery has been enough for me to
Besides
focus
the
on.
incidents that we both have gone through.
Not lose myself in everything that's going on.
Speaking of everything that's going on, I see you've gotten to where you're at least a bit more comfortable with walking around
No.
with yourself.
Is everything comfortable with you? The jacket enough for the cold?
I see.
Every time I see it, it's different.
Good.
This happened about a week ago. Dahana, they just changed.
Those?
I don't know what's going on. I've lost the claws, and they're squishy, and there's like zero resistance. Like,
Well,
squishy
around this town,
actually,
they'd say.
Sure. Have you ever
The
rotated
town
your
goes
wrist
through
and
up
felt
there, goes into the
the,
cafe. If we
ligaments
go further
in your
down,
arm
there's
sort
a
of,
lake
like,
where I
pop?
usually fish.
Yes.
The what?
Yeah, I'm not.
I felt something
okay,
popping in there.
have you ever? Yeah, you feel
There's
your
the
wrist sort of
usual
popping
two
and
paths,
sort of crackling a
and
little bit
further
when you
on
move your wrist
from
like
there
this.
it leads into the forest.
Sort of. Oh, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, that sensation. Yeah, that's gone.
Oh.
My knuckles don't pop. My wrist doesn't pop. None of it pops anymore. It's weird because I expect it. You get used to it, but then suddenly when it's not there, it's like a freaky sort of
very
absence.
jarring.
So if you would want more of a tour, now that you're
Exactly.
awake,
I've been meaning
this is
to talk to
I'd be
you
willing to
all
give
about
one.
this. Yeah, it's really odd. On the bright side, it doesn't seem to be spreading any further.
It indeed is the strangest thing I have ever seen or heard of.
Have you seen the shrine?
You and me
It
both.
doesn't seem
I
to be-
study weird things for sort of a living.
Kane?
Kane?
Not yet.
Last I
Doesn't
saw
seem to be
him.
Ever since this morning.
causing you pain at the
I saw
very
him this
least,
morning, but
unless
he
I
was
am
in
wrong.
town, but I don't know where he is now.
It doesn't hurt. I get weird,
What about it later? Do you want to
urges every so often to, like, touch and feel things.
Do you want to tour around, or would you rather
Like if the embroidery
rest?
on your dress.
If you'd like, you may.
It's like, see, that's the thing, it's weird, because I don't like to go around touching everyone and everything, but it's like that. It's like an itch, you know? Weird.
I understand.
And then when I do touch things and it feels good, it's like, Also, I can stick
up
my
to you.
fingers in fire and it doesn't hurt, or at least a candle. It doesn't seem to. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, that was
happened.
weird. She did that right in front of me.
Yep.
And it.
And I checked.
Anyways,
It was a real fire.
Kappa,
And
offer
it
that you
didn't
know more places if
burn
you're looking
the-
for something specific.
It didn't burn the
No.
skin.
Oh, eat
What do you want Natalie along with us?
I'm part of this bar. It's from Maggie.
Actually tastes really good. Yeah. Oh, no?
They do not want it.
Oh, okay. Do you want it?
Sure. Are you sure you don't want
It's
it?
got a lot of different
Yeah.
things.
Alright.
It's been weird to get used to, for sure.
Have you eaten today yet?
I
It was
can only
definitely interesting
imagine.
seeing that in the night of Dahana.
That's good. That's exactly what I was going to recommend.
Fair.
Was it different during the
I
night?
feel they
I'm
need
just
a slow
wondering if
recovery
it's-
of their appetite.
It was.
Yeah, at night.
It does make sense.
It glows. Pretty sure it's like bioluminescence or something. It's
I do look forward when you are of the mind to try things like this. It's quite
certain
delicious.
creatures glow in the dark.
Are you
It's
wanting
weird.
to move or are you wanting to stay?
Apparently, I do that, so therefore.
Do either of you two wanna?
Honestly, that sounds beautiful in a
Maggie
sense.
called it a granola bar.
Fair
I'll
enough.
try a piece.
If it weren't happening
He
to
said it's got chocolate, strawberries, grapes, almonds.
Someone who is not
these
meant
things
to
that appear to
glow.
be my arm. Humans don't glow.
How interesting.
And yet here I am.
Quite delicious.
Mm.
Thank you.
I'd say.
You want to go see fishing
alright?
along the pond? Upon the lake?
I'd be careful taking her that far.
Let's say.
It doesn't seem like a great idea.
Maybe you should take it easy. Try not to show her everything.
Oh, Miko.
Would you like to try a
Yes.
piece?
Sure.
It is dependent.
What is this you said?
Maggie called it a granola bar. Said it has chocolate, strawberries, grapes, almonds, and other kinds of nuts.
Oh my.
It is tasty.
There's a very pleasant sweetness to it. And an enjoyable texture.
So many different flavors. Ooh, what about you?
What is it? Granola bar? Sure, tasty. Thank you.
By the way, I don't believe we've met. I'm Rowan Amber.
Nice to meet you. I am Nalo. I just came in last week. Nalo Da.
Nalada.
I take it you have been among
It's a
those
pleasure to meet
taken
you.
care of.
I did
Miss
notice you were quite a
Mitsuya.
new arrival, although I was not
I
quite
have.
in the right headspace to socialize too
I'll
much
be right
during
back.
the festivities.
Very well.
If that is the case, I can
As long as you had
rest
fun.
assured that they were more than definitely taken
Why?
care of.
I managed. It is a nice morning now, a week after.
It
and that-
has been
That's fun.
interesting meeting her.
Much better day.
Natalie.
Yes?
Has there been any other injuries on her legs?
No, thankfully.
So what
Been
brought you here?
trying to keep a close eye on letting him run off with her into the forest.
What I would think
No.
everybody else's answer is to that. Just
She-
to keep away from everything. I
Struggled to
a
sit
little
down.
bird.
I asked.
Well, so specifically the problem running into it,
I wouldn't say it's my answer.
because
But
of
it is
what
your
was
answer all the
done,
same.
there's a condition.
The world is in quite a bit of turmoil now, isn't it?
It's anemic.
Yes.
Until she recovers from this, it is going to be very important for us to try to take
Does
things
us not
slowly.
too much good to think about it over here, does it?
No.
I can carry her
I'd
if
like
need
to
be.
not think about this if I can.
It's
If I can help
why
it.
she's having trouble moving quickly.
I agree.
The goal will be to not expend too much of our body's energy.
So,
Sorry, the bad habit, per. It happens when I'm looking over.
Nothing wrong with it,
Anyway.
Nalo.
For them to be in such a bad state.
Anyway,
Ways what?
Worries me quite a bit.
How is your week treating you?
Even if they are recovering.
Well, it was quiet, but I just got a little bit of action. Went on a little bit of a hunt.
Oh?
You could say. I got what I was looking for.
Definitely been a bit of a journey getting into this point.
Good morning, Aisha.
But
Good morning.
she's at least recovered to this point.
Do you require
This is,
anything?
Oh no, just good to see you.
I don't want to say specialized care, but more like very important that we continue. It's okay to maintain.
I'd say it's okay.
Level of treatment that is necessary.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing well.
A gentle hand and
And you went over it.
patience.
That looks lovely. I love your
Functional.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I have not seen you in a hot minute. How are you doing?
I know. I'm well. I'm currently looking for a small.
Here.
You. I was looking for you.
None of those humans. They're not gonna hurt.
Thank you.
Complete.
You're welcome.
You're
I was
safe.
back in
Thank
the
you.
shrine, by the way.
And we're gonna make sure that they're not.
Yeah,
gonna
I
touch
went to
the
go check.
permission, okay?
Appreciated it.
No problem.
Yeah. What was that?
You understand?
Maybe.
I still don't know how you run around in the forest
No,
with that.
I'm not the one that took it.
Running
A
heels.
lot of
That is
experience.
what the hunt I was on.
I know. Rez took. He just didn't know any better, I think. Unless someone intentionally told him to do it.
Make
You know
sure
what?
you tell him that. Make sure you.
I did.
tell
I
him
did. I
that
told
fair.
him.
that he is
I think
okay.
he's just got a. He's
You'd like to
got
ask.
something inside of him that just
It was a-
compels him to do stuff.
I think it was a
It's-
How do
it's
you
okay.
say it? A magatama?
I wouldn't know.
A little overwhelmed
Magatama.
with people.
Well, that's
He
a
stole
word.
something from a
But
shrine.
what is
If
the
you
word?
steal something from a shrine, it's 100 years back.
It is a.
Oh.
Do you know the shape? You
Like
know
a bounty?
They were
Is that
able
the
to.
bounty?
You know,
That was a
Wait,
bounty.
what?
You know, I should
Miss
have asked.
Luke?
What did they say it was taken?
Yes, it would have.
some kind of
would you like
artifact.
to be made?
Magatama, but that's
That's made this for me.
Think of
religious
relic.
artifact, sort of.
Wow, you
That
like
was
lovely. Give me a spin.
one of
It
the
is one
two objects that was meant to be inside of the Kitsune
yes,
shrine.
see it when it was in the temple.
Yes, lovely.
The other
But
one
why
had
did
disappeared a
someone
while
No,
back,
these
but
were the threads
there was
I
still
used to
one.
wear as a child.
It is shiny
at,
and I like
autumn.
it.
Oh,
Simple as that.
that's so lovely. Gorgeous. I'm assuming you didn't have a
So-
knife when you were a kid.
Oh, well, no, I did not have a
Well,
dad
makes
or
sense
a
to
bow
me.
when I was a kid, no.
It's okay.
Unless he did. I mean, who knows?
Although my father
what
always
kind of
tried to
family
keep me
did you
out
have?
This way, okay?
Yeah.
Miss Aisha
Maybe
would
he
like
did
to
that at a
stay
young
home.
age.
Oh, you should tell Kane.
He was one of those prideful people that would just try
I'll
to
keep
get
watch
you
this
to
way.
You
just
should
do
know that
something
it's
no
there.
matter
I
what,
could-
even if it hurt.
hopefully when I
I
was
think
whoever
the
did
father and his
take
father,
such
which
an
is not
object
good.
from
Could move
If he
somewhere
does
more
spend most
safe.
of the day at the shrine, I'm
sacred
sure
place like a
You know what
shrine.
they
I
say.
don't think I'm a good father.
Well,
I think you'll be a great father.
it is said that those who disturb such
Well,
places
When I
are
eat you.
But I don't have much
cursed
time.
with
I don't have much
immensely
time.
bad luck, so they are likely
I don't have
having a
enough time in
very
incubation period.
unpleasant
I just
time.
go now.
Because I haven't had a chance to
What, speaking of
try
children,
myself.
where is
But
where is your newborn?
Where's my new
shrines,
children?
kitsune,
I've not seen
Does he
all
have
these.
magatama,
children?
these things are.
Oh, he is an advisor to them. It's a joke.
I'm an
These are the
advisor
same
to Lord
sorts
Bob.
of words
Oh.
and
Oh, I had no
specific
idea.
religious artifacts of a
I've
religion
been
I'm just
from
making the joke that he's
developments
listening.
in our
the last
world.
few weeks.
Is that so?
Would you prefer?
Interesting.
But no,
Some of
Lord
these
Bot
people
actually
went
went to
with
me
us?
yesterday wanting me to be his, like, actual advisor.
But you just
Dad?
you
Sorry,
just
tell me
said
how to
you're his
hold
advisor.
people. Please,
It
Dad.
seems that Mitsuei would like to move, but only if certain people come along.
How do I hold the knife without the people
say
on the
you'd
other
like
side
to
of the
move?
table saying, execute him?
Where do you want to go?
What does a smaller folk mean?
Well, we can move
What do I
somewhere
do with the
quieter.
spoon? Is it from the outside in or the inside out? I don't know.
Set out. I
Is it
don't
left
know
to
that
right or is
stuff
it right to
back in
left?
autumn, and that was
You okay if
that
I
was
pick
a
you
lot.
up?
I could tell from the rope. Anyway, we're interrupting their conversation. We should probably get off the middle of the road.
Would you like me to pick you up, Mitsuei? Okay.
Oh, we can stand
Give me your hand.
Can use our arms to.
I mean,
Help
we
yourself
can
here,
just step
okay?
2 paces to the left.
Okay.
And I think it'll be fun.
Wearing purple for your shoes. Now that's fun.
Neither of you stepped to the left when you did that. I just wanted to point that out.
You okay?
He was facing that way and it was right to him, and then he moved back while you moved forward. All three directions but left!
Nekobot is so good at being expressive.
It might be the loud noises from
Ah,
everyone.
This is. Oh,
Perhaps moving her indoors where the sound would be dampened would be better.
It's not the sound. No, it's not sound. What's wrong?
Oh, I think she sees Landry.
Oh.
On one hand, that
She's
is.
got good eyes.
Are you afraid of him?
Yeah, great eyesight.
Okay.
Super
Just like
practice.
And he's carrying the weapon. She's afraid.
Let's get
I told him to get rid of it.
But
Understood.
I've heard that the
Let's go to my place then.
Magatama?
Would you like to come to my place?
How was
Has
returned?
been returned, yes.
Safe for him.
Yeah, I found it by the
He
way.
won't come find us.
It's all good.
It's good to hear.
Where was it?
Yeah, into town.
Somebody was curious. That is all I will say. They meant no harm.
I see.
No, he didn't mean any harm. But you still deserve a reward.
Thank you.
Come. Alright. Take you to my place.
I appreciate it.
100 tala.
Okay.
It'd be more than enough.
Be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't be there.
How much is.
Okay, come.
I believe I overheard a quantity of 100 tala. If I was. Unless he was exaggerating.
I will count it later, but I don't really
Man.
mind if it's maybe just 3.
Are you okay?
It's 100. That's a sum.
That's
I
it.
informed him that the firearm he carried could be distressing to Miss Lethe.
Yeah, more. Thank you.
Yeah, those damn things are loud.
Of course.
Scary looking, scary sounding.
I have never
Big
heard
thing,
one.
like,
I heard one right by my ear
use.
once.
Oh.
if you say it's correct, I
Thought it was
we went
ready.
into
But I definitely wasn't. Oh, why are you coming?
I'm simply taking my time, that is all. I don't wish to crowd
Nothing wrong with
the-
that.
I don't wish to crowd the poor girl.
Good morning, I start my friend.
And
Oh.
if you want to walk over here for a quick moment, I can tell you something worse. Because there's bad news.
Aren't you gold?
Pardon me, I'll get off
Wait, can I be a part of this? I want to be part of the secret
Well,
conversation.
actually,
too.
no.
Yeah.
Fine.
You're gonna be
The
okay
rest of
getting
me
here.
is cloaked and closed. You well?
I'll stay behind in case he falls backwards.
Mm-hmm.
No,
This-
I mean, many
I
things,
got you.
Hasn't
right?
changed.
Like, hi? What?
Curious about
I mean,
I've got you.
my husband fell into the slumber.
Mm-hmm.
I... Oh. I'm
There
sorry.
you go. Good job.
I'm
Good
not
job.
sure what that means, but...
At this point, a matter of a couple of weeks, and she'll be. Because she's new. I would think.
Might take a few months, but
Take some time.
weeks really depend on a number of factors.
Think you can make it up here? Or would you like me to carry you
It
up?
seemed that the first stairs might have caused her a little bit of tiredness.
You okay?
Yeah.
I can carry you up there if you'd like. Would you like me to do that? Okay, come here.
go.
Vixen! Vixen! Damn it! Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Why are we yelling?
I'm being careful.
You're yelling.
Is he?
I'll remain behind.
For
if
him,
Babs is lost.
that's careful, so. Yes.
You wanna get down?
Hard to tell.
Or do you want me to carry you to my house?
Careful.
Yes, I'm all the way out of the way. Oh, okay.
Pick up. Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, pardon me.
Everyone's in a hurry today.
Tails brush past you all.
Okay.
4 points have such soft fur.
They certainly do.
Wish mine was that soft.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's go this way. Let's go this way. That way we don't have to deal with a lot of stairs.
Looks like you have things from here, dear.
Also, Neko, you are sliding currently. Okay.
The one thing that's still good for nose.
Do you remember the castle-like thing where you were sniffing to see if you could tell what the poison was by sniffing it?
Yeah.
I was like trying my hardest to not do the exact same thing.
Yeah, don't, cause I sniffed it and I felt myself stop for a second and almost get paralyzed.
Oh, that's great! Yay!
Sniffing is a very good way to check.
That would have been a
potions,
very bad
medical
idea.
ingredients.
Mr.
It should not
Finks.
be used when checking poisons or venoms. Because, however, I don't follow that rule. The toxins are still there. The toxins may get a little bit in the air, a bit in your nose, and then just... Oops.
Oops, I'm dead.
Wait, okay.
Yep.
Fancy feast.
That's why.
Don't sniff random stuff.
Okay, it's fancy feast. Yeah, it smells and tastes like if you were to put a river trout chopped up out in the sun for a couple hours, maybe overnight, and then take a spoonful of that and to eat it.
It's funny.
It has a little bit of a tang to it. Not a familiar fish you've had over here. That's
Miko.
interesting.
The smell is unique. It is not a food you recognize. You see a small circular half-sized can sitting in front of Kaneko. Ariana would recognize a can of Fancy Feast, the cat food.
I don't know. What do you have there?
Interesting.
Interesting.
She said it's catkin food in the other world.
Cat?
You see, I had ordered well, it's cat food. So we had ordered some. I had ordered some for this little girl before she was born, thinking that she would like some because it's high protein. But she turned she doesn't like the mushed up stuff, so she needed like the solid, actual meat cubes and stuff for eating. So now I have just a few cases of this food that would otherwise go to waste. So I figured that since Miss Koyuki was a catkin, was an elven catkin, she would have liked it.
Right.
She did give me. She did give me a little bottle of catnip in exchange. So.
I see.
I will say it's not.
I'll keep it in mind.
That's why I only brought one, just in case you didn't like it. I didn't want to, you know, overburden you. It's okay if you don't like it, you can tell me. It was just it was just to try it out.
I'm not sure if I like it.
Fancy feast touches your stomach. That tang does not sit so well. You feel, you can hear your tummy gurgle as it goes in there.
Oh, the more power over the town than me.
I'm not feeling well.
Oh.
Your stomach tightens up.
Hold
You've
on, no,
felt
no,
the
no,
sensation
no,
before.
Stop. No, I grabbed the
you've
spoon before you.
been sick
Yeah, I
before.
grabbed the spoon before you. I grabbed the spoon
Your
before you.
digestive path is not very acceptable with this food.
Apparently, she's trying food for cats from their world. Since she is a catkin. Out of character. You see a can of Fancy Feast cat food.
As she turns away from you and you look at her, you cannot hold back the convulsion anymore, and...
Okay, I need to go into the cafe and get some coffee for Natalie and Nalo.
Yes, let me get the door for you. No one. Should be unlocked.
Kindly, Miko. I'm gonna get some water for her too. I think she's gonna need it.
Yes, I would dare say you're right.
From their world. Or a cat from their world.
Koyuki, you are a kitsune. Why are you eating food for cats? Or catkin, or...
No.
Can I have some water?
Lotea's getting some from inside the cafe. Just hold on, dear.
Okay. I was planning on feeding it to Roka, but Roka
No,
likes
I mean,
solid
why
foods.
do you, on your side, have special food for cats?
Because cats needed special food.
Koyuki.
No, they don't.
Water.
You can just give them meat.
You're welcome.
You can literally just give them meat.
Yeah, this is processed. This is meat.
That is the
Why
strangest
does it
looking
be
meat
special
I have
cat
ever
meat?
seen.
Oh, it's not.
Why
It's
not just
literally
give
just
them-
it's salmon.
It looks so fancy though.
Then why is it marketed as cat food then? Why not
It
just
came in the metal box.
Why do you designate what is normal food and cat food is what I'm asking.
Because cats have. We have food especially made for cats because they have a specific diet.
No, they don't.
We eat
Miss
lots of
Miko?
different food.
Good afternoon, dear.
Chicken and fish.
Koyuki.
Good afternoon.
Being Koyuki.
I just. You're gonna see that there's vomit
over
all
here.
in front of.
Yeah, she is.
There's vomit.
Also being
all
stabbed
over her
a while
face.
back.
I'm sorry, what?
If fish,
You
fresh
haven't-
fish caught from the lake were to be
I...
chopped up and left in the
If this happened at all during last week, I did not leave my
Looking at you,
home at all during
front of her
that
jacket.
time.
I am done.
Alright.
Thank you, Miko.
Alright. Let me close back up.
thrown upon it. Would you mind talking for
Oh,
a
it's
little bit?
Never mind, I guess it's
Yes,
closed.
it was only open
It is
to
closed for a
get
while.
something for the urgency. I'm sorry, what you were saying?
Would you mind talking for a little bit? I will maybe get you into speed, things and...
Yes, just briefly. I have somewhere I need to be in a little while.
So she's not at the inn, she's not at the shop.
I'll be as brief as possible.
She might be out in the forest, but unfortunately I cannot tell you.
Well, guess I'm gonna continue looking then.
Who are you looking for? Right, don't tell me, I don't care. Unfortunately, anything that happened around the days leading up to Dahana or the following week, I've basically been completely out of the loop. I have never done too well with that time of year, at least for quite a while.
I see. Well, I shall not pry into the reason for that. At least for now.
That one is, unfortunately, much more of a personal matter than the stories I usually regale you with, so I'm afraid that one would be a bit harder to get out of me.
I see. Well, I will try eventually. But, in any case, to get
so
you up to speed, Kayuki was stabbed by, I think it was an assassin. She was stabbed with a poisonous dagger that your world doesn't have a cure for.
I see. What did she? What? Did she do something to anger somebody, or what? What was this about?
No, I don't think so. I think it was assassination attempt.
I see.
And she would have died. But the good old me have had an antidote, you know, from that poison. Oh well.
You had an antidote for a poison from our world.
Yeah, it was very similar to something we have in our world.
Interesting. Well, then I suppose I assume she had already said so as such, but thank you for helping her.
How can I not? I like Kayuki. He's fun.
Yes, she is, even if she is a bit eccentric.
Yeah. A bit of a, you know, trying to wiggle, and she is a bad liar, what I'm trying to say.
Oh, believe me, I know.
But yeah, that happened. The perpetrator was actually. You remember the small in the red hair and red hood?
Yes.
Well, she was the assassin, and she ran away after stabbing Kayuki, and no one caught her.
Why?
As I understand the situation, I don't know what happened.
That can't be right.
I was trying to save Kayuki with muscle things. And also, this venom that was actually from a snake, and very rare one, desert type even, that was affecting Kayuki. The potions of muscle things are actually made it worse. They will not work on that type of wound.
I see. Was I wrong? I know all of their tricks. In any case, I'm glad to hear that their efforts were thwarted. Especially after all the kindness that was given to them just a week prior to that. Good to see that good deeds are never gone unpunished.
Indeed. Also, we have an elven catkin that are...
Yes, Miss Litze. I've met them.
Yeah.
I also heard about them around the time that they arrived. It was informed to me about the nature of their presence being one that caused quite a stir for your people.
Oh, yes.
To the point that
Quite a bit of...
a few who saw them were told that they didn't see them. It was that level of stir. Which, of course, only made me more curious, but then the doldrums of the holidays arrived and I never got a chance to follow up on it.
Well, if you want, you can talk to her. Well, if you will talk to her.
I have spoken near them, to them a few times. They were not much for conversation at the time. Granted, I do believe they were a bit overstimulated by the number of people in the vicinity. I can relate.
They are a bit scared of me. Also.
Well,
I didn't do anything, actually.
They seemed to react rather poorly to seeing a Landry from a distance carrying one of their weapons. If you had one on your person, it's very likely that could have been the reason for it. They seem to not react very well to
Probably.
seeing such things. At least according to Natalie.
Yes, they aren't. But they are scared of me, I don't know. Maybe they have a good instincts. No. Probably they have.
Guess you just aren't much of a cat person.
I actually am.
That was a joke, dear. Hopefully, whatever it is able to be reconciled, or they will be able to express what it is about you that puts them so on edge.
Well, in any case, I will do what I promised to them, so...
Well, I'm glad
I
to
don't
hear
know
that
if
she is
they
being
heard me or not, but...
taken care of. It seems that they have quite a support network here.
That's... I agree. I've seen people like that, in that condition, more than enough times, or more times than I would like to admit, but I've seen people like that.
I see. And how have you been doing? This has been a bit of news about others, but nothing about you. I take it as in you are doing alright then.
Define alright.
The fact that you have to ask leads me to believe that there is something that makes you believe that you are not.
I'm not. I have more problems. well, we have more problems, then is manageable right now, but we are still trying. We're stretched thin. Because from the last time we spoke, one person in particular knows who I am. I told you.
Other than myself.
Yes.
Well, I can
From our side.
I was gonna say, I can assure you I did not tell anyone myself, so...
Oh, no, I told them because I was,
Are
let's
you
say,
here?
recognized because we met before.
Yes. How can I help you?
But it
We're
turns
gonna start making our way that way soon.
great, actually, because now we're working
Give me
together
a little bit to try to get out of this
goal,
conversation and
basically
get
make
out there
this place
first.
a
I'll
lot
let you know when
better
I'm
and
heading out.
safer for people here.
Right.
Not
I will delay here.
basically postpone the fucking invasion and everything like that.
I see.
Trying to fix that. There's quite a, let's say, faction inside the UN.
I can only imagine.
And a lot of things.
It does appear to be getting around that time. I know it has been a while since we got in to speak, but I did say that there was a place I had to be, and it looks like it is getting around that time. That said,
I understand.
I am likely to be free this evening, so if you are around in Valis, I will be certain to pick back up as, well, I have heard the information about what I have missed in my self-imposed absence, but I feel like it has been a while since we've gone to talk about us.
Alright, then if you find me in the evening, I would be glad to continue.
Yes. I would very much enjoy that.
Have a good day, Miss Miko.
To you as well.
Letting you know one thing, Ari. Those two are by the gate, so if you have to go pop an invis avatar, I do so.
That is under Ashiro's care at the moment.
What happened to that?
Very well, I have a, I'm gonna walk over there. I just got out of the conversation.
Ariana.
Hey. Well,
Everything all right? Can hear me, but I'll wait.
I'm trying to pass through. I
stepped aside, you know.
Well.
In case it hasn't been told to you, in character, out of character, it is time for the meeting with the Lotus.
Are they in the gate or like past the gate?
They're to the right of the gate, by the hole.
How have things been going with
Ah. I think I just passed by you guys, so
Yeah, I went to the barracks to delay, so they left them there.
perfect. Alright, well, I have just left the gate. I am heading out that direction, so like in about, well,
Ari, if you need
about
an
a minute.
OOC disappear, we will do that for you. Just ping us if you need it.
Noted. I'll give you a minute, and then I'll start heading that way.
Yep.
I'll probably start moving in 4 minutes.
Yep.
Just to give you
No,
time.
I should be more than enough ahead to do so.
Okay.
Although I may just now that I'm out of there and like out of sight of people, I might just fly over there because May gave me the permission to do so.
Okay.
So
Alright. I'll start heading out there soon then.
Yep. can just say that she took one of her many routes through places. But I am out at the location, so I will be waiting for you. Be for the scene. Well, this is not who I was waiting for. It seems that I have been waiting for the wrong person. Very curious pair indeed.
Were your tails supposed to be, visible?
Yes, they are.
Alright, just double checking, because they have seen what they've seen.
You know, it is impolite to stare. I am waiting for somebody. I wish to have a talk with them, you see.
What if we are those somebody?
I know you are not. I know who it is that I am looking for.
You choose here.
Somewhere out of the way, somewhere I was hoping that I could be alone with them. It seems that much was already mistaken. But it is alright. I am here for a specific individual. I know who they are, and I am waiting for them. That is all you need to know.
Cannot.
Unless you'd wish to join in the conversation, but it is not one for you. So I'm afraid I would have to ask.
Coming. Check on the progress on our burrow over here.
Yeah, you're
The-
kinda in our land.
Ah, I was not aware that somebody had taken ownership of this area. Very well, I will leave you to it. Hmm. I suppose the rumors will become a bit more prevalent now. No matter. That is part of the fun.
That was unexpected. Sorry, Ari.
Oh, you are fine. That's that's just spice. I like it. Surely someone's going to talk about that now. And now we wait for our actual meeting. I do hope they won't keep me waiting long. I suppose I would have been better off if I had been more punctual with the time I'd given them. But I am sure that today, I am sure they will come. I made my terms quite clear, after all.
Hi. Well, the others disappoint you with their lack of timeliness. Allow me to take a picture.
Not very punctual, indeed.
There we go.
Thank you, my dear.
Mwah.
Where the heck are they? How long does it take to go out here? I see. Well, she will only be so patient before eventually she gets a little bothered by their lack of respect for one's time.
We're almost there, Ari. I apologize. Everyone stops me.
You're good, dear. Perhaps I shouldn't have had faith that they would heed such a bold call to have a meeting. And here I thought they were the ones who wanted to meet me. So easy it is to let one's expectations be so thoroughly shattered. It looks like they have arrived. So you came after all. And I see that you are.
Offered the invitation.
And I see that you have no shortage of protection for yourself. Afraid I might bite.
Can't be too cautious.
Hmm.
You've bitten many before.
Yes, I have.
Being cautious.
And yet.
But I hope this is just a talk.
It is. So long as you intend to just keep it as such. I have no arms upon myself. I am quite harmless right now, as you can see. And that's much better. So, I see you bestowed my gift to another within this lovely town of yours.
It was more or less I had no way to contact you, and well, I wanted to make sure it lived, and I trusted the only one who could do that.
It seems they did quite a good job. It did garner my notice, after all. And seeing as I figured that the only way they could have gotten a hold of that was through the only one who had one in their possession, I figured they would make a perfect messenger for me. I do it myself, but, well, you can imagine why that would be a bit difficult.
I can.
So, judging from the fact that they look perfectly fine, I imagine that you have had a conversation with them and you have made up your mind as to the validity of the words that I said.
I have. But I also know that they are wishing to leave that life behind. In which case, if they can, I'd give them that second chance.
Is that so, little fox?
Yes. That's actually why I came here in the first place. I'm retired.
Retirement does not change the things that you have done. You do realize that, don't you?
No. I do.
Then what do you propose that you do about it? There are many who haven't forgotten. Not just myself, you know.
I know that. I just want to do whatever I can. But I can't do that if I'm thrown out or tied up at the stake.
No, I suppose you are right in that front. That is indeed true. But you wish to leave that behind, then?
Yes.
Then and I imagine there are people that would not be very happy about that.
They aren't. Fortunately, they shouldn't be able to find me.
And who are
I'm not
they?
as talented as you are.
Quite honestly, if it weren't for a happy little accident, I probably would have never found you either. But it did. The cards fell into place, and now here we are having these words. However, despite what the stories say, I'm not quite as heartless as they make me out to be. The fact that you are willing to face me after all of that indicates that you understand why I would be upset about such things. You see, I have worked for a very long time to define what that title means to those who would see those like yourself, those like him, as lesser, those like me as lesser. And the only one who gets to decide what that means is myself. No one else has borne the suffering that it has held. But if you are true in your words, that you are going to leave that life behind, that may satisfy me, but will it satisfy the ones that were once those you worked with, I wonder?
No. Unfortunately. I know for a fact that they're looking for me.
And what do you wish to do about that, dear Mana?
Well, honestly, coming here and disappearing is my first plan. I wasn't expecting anybody being able to find me.
But if I found
I'm
you...
curious how you did.
Let's just say it was a little trade of information from somebody that was looking into me and came up with somebody who believed they knew me, but in fact knew you. They were quite sure of their answer being correct. It was why I found it so amusing that they were so easily led to believe such a inaccurate tale for one who purported to be a purveyor of stories. But that is neither here nor there. If I could find you, it is not saying that there are others who could not. Who are these people? Seeing as if they are willing to have individuals like you impersonate someone like me. I am very much curious as to the nature of their group.
You want to know who I worked for?
Consider it a trade. You wish to disappear. I wish to know more about those who encouraged you to do such things. Perhaps they are the ones who I should be truly disappointed with. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I would agree.
Then I am all ears.
Just let them know. Maybe you can help us.
If I give you this information, you won't expose me. Is that the trade?
Well, the trade was simply that I had your word that you would, any acts that you did from here on out were done in your name, not mine. This. Well, I suppose the question is, if you were to give this to me, what would you want in return? I am not an unfair individual.
Well, I would like it if you didn't expose me or kill anyone else in town that lives there.
That lives there.
Or runs things, or protects things, or...
I do not have any problem with any of the people that live there. None of them are of the nature to be serving those who would willfully see those like you driven out.
And let me just be clear, that includes, like, if they leave town or walk out into the woods.
I am not a trickster spirit. I do not twist words to derive only the meaning that can be taken literally. And besides, the only ones who are targeted are those who deserve it. So unless some of them do something that is worthy of my attention, I would have no reason to bother them anyways.
Can I ask one question before I spill the beans, so to speak?
If that is what you wish to ask for in exchange, then that would be your side of the trade.
Well, I want my side of the trade to be not exposed and...
That was
for you not
already
to kill
arranged
anyone in
for.
town.
Your question is for the information that I asked of you. A question that I will answer truthfully. No deceptions. Aside from, of course, who I am. That I keep close
Right,
to heart.
I figured. Why the dwarf? Why'd you kill him?
You had the same thought I had. You said you killed someone deserving. What did he do? That was the case.
To be truthful, I've done this for a long time, and I have never felt the need to question whether or not one was worthy or not of my visitation. This Kazaleg is frustratingly so the only one that I have ever had to feel that question for. From my perspective, they were one seeking to represent the interests of the Empire, incurring the favor of those who could single-handedly change the entire nature of our world, given how effortlessly they had done it to the Emperor past and many others. Valis is not the interest of the Empire. It is simply the gateway to what they really want, which are those from beyond. I could not abide by the chance that they were looking to regain what foothold they had finally had shattered after so many years of questionless rule. Perhaps I might have been, for the first time that I would be willing to admit to, wrong about it. But it doesn't change the fact that it happened. Nor can it be undone. So
in a way, you spilt innocent blood. That make you any better than what the Empire has done? I know I'm not one to talk, but I'm also one to know what they have done.
I could ask the same of both of you. None of us here are truly innocent, are we?
No, we are not.
But you ask why
I'm trying to make
how
you...
I am any different from the Empire, I will tell you. Because my goals have always been for the ability for those who have been seen as lesser to not have to worry about walking outside, to be able to live their lives, to not have to live a lie. I have done that for more years than you have ever been alive, and short of perhaps the mayor, all of them in Valis combined. And so long as they continue to oppress people like myself and those of my kin, I will continue this task because there is no one else who is willing to. And my hands are stained black enough as they already are. So much so that I do not even have my own original name. Even that was stolen from me. I did not take on this identity myself. It was a gift from those who saw my choice as unforgivable. But it is not them who I am trying to please. I answer to nobody but myself.
If you answer to no one but yourself, are you truly doing this for anyone then? You say you do it for those that cannot step into the light, yet you say you fight for yourself.
There is no one who guides my hand but me. That is not to say that it is not for the betterment of others. If I were only doing it for myself, there would be a far larger trail of blood behind me than there has been. Instead, I do not reap the benefits of my own work. I hardly stay around any place to see how, or to get to know anything or anyone. If anything, the one who is most hurt by these actions is myself, and yet I continue. Because my
So yet,
lost meaning long ago.
We have that in common, at least.
but despite that, you're still here. Why? You said you don't stick around after you do your job, but yet here you are. Been in town for months now.
Attachment has a nasty effect on those who feel themselves, that keep themselves occupied by their own loneliness, I suppose. I've been asking that same question for just as long, and yet every time that I try to depart from this area, I find myself reluctant to do so. Perhaps I too am drawn in by the tides of change, hoping that maybe this would be the place where, finally, the means for me to have an end to this forever uphill mission, so that I may finally rest. But until that time comes, I cannot.
To be perfectly honest, this really sounds like you and I want the same thing.
Do you believe that? Then tell me, what is it that I want?
Yes. For people to be free. They are. It would be nice if Kitsune could live however they see fit and not have to hide. And it would be nice if Vulpin weren't killed in their name, mistaken for them. Constantly. My kind have been scattered to winds because of this. Now we're all infighting and doing horrible things in the name of others. It's sad. This makes me sad.
It has been a long-standing pain. And yet you do speak the truth. That is what I want.
That's what I want too.
Then what do you propose
So,
happens next?
I will gladly give you all the information you could ever want on the people that raised me. The organization you're looking for is called The Garden. It's run by Vulpins. My father is one of the heads of the garden. There's 4 of them, 4 heads that give out the orders. I don't know all their names, I only know their code names. They take in children and some of their own children, obviously, and raise them to be assassins. They call them gardeners. They have them go out and be florists, botanists, run flower shops. That's how they get their information in trade. Some of them have cafes.
See.
Whatever this group has been doing, their allegiance is not towards anyone I know. Or they have cited my family. Whoever they are, they just wish to cause problems. My father tried to stop this war before it happened, and it was tricked.
They had me killed when I was just a child. They often use children to do their work because nobody assumes children will do the worst. They don't use harpies to send their messages either. They have a series of ravens. You'll know it's theirs because they always have a flower tied to their foot.
I see. That would explain a
All
lot,
the assassins,
then.
they have flower names.
That explains far more than it really has any right to.
I have no love lost with my father. I honestly don't care what befalls him. He's a horrible, horrible man. I do feel sorry for my brothers, though. Some of them are caught up in this as well. If you could, wouldn't mind them being spared, but...
What I brought into it willingly.
They were brought into it as children like me.
Then I would say
However,
that the
they're
answer
caught up
is
with trying to impress my father. I don't know if they're still like that, though.
there's nothing more in a child's life than trying to desire the approval of their parents. After all, it is one of their duties is to provide love to their children, and yet some see them as little more than tools.
I will say,
I suppose I
mentioning
wouldn't.
the garden in the open is dangerous. They have eyes and ears all over the place. I wouldn't just go about asking about the garden. They have code names and code words for everything. All flower and garden.
I have
based,
come
of course.
this far. Surely you do not think I would be as foolish as to go charging headfirst after something like that.
No,
But if they are the ones who were guiding your hand from an age where you were not really given a proper chance to understand, then for that, I offer my apologies for having been put in a point where you are forced to serve. I know that feeling all too well. Worry not. This conversation has been quite enlightening to me. You have no
Likewise.
reason to fear that your history will be made known to those beyond those who you have made it known to yourself. That is now your story to tell, not mine. It seems I have yet more work ahead of me.
If I may, although you probably do not have time for an imperial dog. As a citizen of this town, you have seen the work I have tried to do, and yet I still do it in the name of an empire. Maybe not this empire. I think it still can work. It just needs to change and adapt. I know that there's corruption in the higher-ups. Their beliefs and arrogance have led to the death of many, or led others to believe they were in the right. I will let you know I might make what is known as a stupid move to most people. I hope you'll let me see it to the end at least, and try my best for the betterment of this town.
I suppose that depends. What sort of stupid move are you talking about? Granted, I can't say I'm any better. Maybe you will believe me, maybe you won't, but there is one that I feel if there was anyone who I'd actually trust to try to change things, that they would actually do so for the betterment of others, not themselves. And if you would believe it even further, they are an oracle.
I do believe there are still good oracles in this world, though they are few.
Extremely few.
It's just finding them.
And yet there are some that are willing to learn the history that some of their kind would prefer remain buried and stricken from all records. And yet their curiosity drove them.
No one. You truly know one that can help me. I would like to meet them.
You may
what I
yet
want to do cannot be done by my power alone.
You may yet get your chance, Captain.
Very well. Then I will wait. But hopefully they come soon.
You simply need wait for
Already no
when.
word.
You simply need wait for when grace enters your life. There is none other that would be more fitting of a name like that.
That name sounds familiar. I've heard it once before, I just don't remember where. I will keep my eyes open with this grace to enter our town.
You would like them.
I'd like to see the town of Valis seen as its place of second chances. If they are willing to work with that, then perhaps we can make this work.
As far as I have seen, there are many ways in which your words ring true. I only hope that it is true for this one as well.
We are done here, Mana. We have a cat that's worried about us home.
If you need more information, just, I don't know, I guess you'll find a way to contact me. I'm pretty good at it.
I still have the Lotus.
I have my ways. And I suppose
at some point,
should you wish for another chat like this, as it was surprisingly more enjoyable than I imagined it was going to be. Well, I'm sure you can think of a way. After all, I have my ways of taking notice of things that I'm looking for. Things that intrigue me. So long as it isn't an effort to trap me or the like, as that would be quite rude. And I would hate to have to.
I honestly don't really have any interest in that anymore.
You did spill innocent blood, and there's someone in town who is still deeply hurt by it. At some point, you will have to answer for that. Not tonight.
I suppose we should just have to wait and see. If that time does come, well, I shall see how I feel around that time. I do not wish to harm anybody, but I do not wish to go quietly either. You cannot change the world around you when you are but kept in a cage, you see. And just as there are many who would love to see you suffer from what you have said, you can only imagine the number that are not too fond of me. And for good reason.
Yeah.
But I will not keep you from your beloved.
Till next time.
I suppose we shall see if there is a next time or not.
True.
Snack shop time. Watch them walk away while they're on top of the mountain. You two are interesting ones indeed. And yet I hate the fact that you speak things that I have already spoken to myself countless times. Now, I wonder if that little individual who was peeping earlier is still around. I imagine not. Oh, that was fun. I hope they enjoyed that. Okay. I wonder. It'd be kind of cool to just like stand up there and just kind of look down at the base, but there's nobody down in there at the moment. Besides the gate guard, so I have an idea though. Let's see, where is Yan? Is Dr. Yan in the town? Because I could do something really spicy. Ah, they're inside a building right now.
What might you be talking of, if I may ask? You can't do That right now, it's still the middle of the day, I believe. Okay. It's brightest morning for me. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Let them enjoy their night.
You know what? Yes, I think you say that.
I could just go. But then they would get curious and follow. That would be troublesome.
The two down below seem to be staring up at the stars and pointing into the sky.
They seem more interested in the sky than perhaps. They seem caught up in their discussion. I'll leave them be. Good evening, Mr. Thinks.
Good evening, my dear. Have a lovely night.
Oh dear, he sounds drunk.
Oh yeah. You're very
Ah, dearie me, he's going to be the death of himself at this point.
Of course.
Ah, good evening, Latea. I hope the evening has been treating you well.
Hello, Miko. I hope it has been treating you well as
Supposed
well.
to have a drinking competition. You should join
Ah,
us.
it has.
A drinking I don't handle alcohol.
Hello, Miko.
Hello, Larry.
Oh, come on.
Fine.
Yes.
Can I help you, dear?
Alright. I will do my
If
best
I
on
don't
drinking
get to
competition.
hear your story tonight,
Yeah.
may we
I have not had a
set
drink in a
next
very
week
long time,
and I
so
could
it
listen
might
to your
be
stories?
the worst out of all of us.
I believe
Mind
we'd have
you,
to make a
we're
date
also
for
going
next
against
week,
the lightweight.
but
Mayor.
worry not.
We're going against the
I will.
mayor? Oh god.
Yeah.
Is this like a
Next
team
week
effort?
it has-
Like both
Share
of our drinks
story with
count
Thank
towards
you.
together towards the
I
mayor?
very much
Who
appreciate
knows?
it.
I don't know how good her tolerance is, but I'm assuming it's pretty good if she was willing to bet on it.
What did you bet?
We should bet. We should bet.
No,
It
we
is
shouldn't bet if you think you are
regarding
going to
should
lose.
bet. We should bet. This will make it fun.
I had a very productive evening.
Uh-huh.
Ah. Well, I'm glad.
What should I bet? What should I bet? What should I bet?
Yes, it's
I have
What would you
been
be able to bet?
spending my time with Litze,
I bet? Oh, jeez.
keeping an eye on her.
I hope it has been enjoyable for you.
It has.
What?
It's not often one gets to spend time with an elven catkin.
No.
Hmm.
No.
My evening was surprisingly more enjoyable than I thought it would be, given how busy I thought I was going to be. Pulled every which way and what.
I'd love to hear about it at some point.
Of course. I dare say it would keep me engaged.
But that's the bet to
Well, I'm glad.
not
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
apparently can drink us all under the table. Fine.
Of course.
If you'd like, I can go and talk about it now if you'd like, or
I'm being
another time
pulled
perhaps.
apart.
Maybe just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Not in my house this time, unfortunately. I have guests.
Oh, I see. Then we can make use of mine.
Fair enough, my friend.
Otea?
Yes.
What's up? Do you have a pastry turner by any chance? The large one in the cafe went missing.
What do you mean the large one in the cafe? What? Where's Resnair?
This is a terrible idea. If we want to feed her.
Oh. I thought maybe Miss Aisha might have used it for something because she was cooking there before for somebody, but
She only made some
his-
broth and some
Also,
meat.
Aisha, I don't believe has the
I did put his
disposition
jacket
to
upstairs.
take something without asking.
I didn't think so.
I unfortunately do not. The only one that we would have is
Mhm.
then the Crystal Heart.
I probably won't be able to
I
make a
think
big pastry then, but I could at least make a bunch of cold cream for the mayor.
I think that would also work well. And then, if anything, we need to find Resnair and have a talking with him.
Ah, speaking of, there he is.
Ah.
Would you like to go do that now?
Resnair, just the creature.
I'll meet you at the tavern, Rez.
Mic check, Rez.
He might be.
I can't hear you.
Audio zone.
Oh.
You're in the insane lane.
Over here, over here, over here.
Oh,
Over here,
over
over here.
here. Okay, right. Yes, over here.
That would do it. Okay. Resner, by
Yes.
chance, have you been inside the Crystal Heart within the past half hour or so?
Sorry, what do you mean? The Crystal Heart being...
The cafe.
The cafe or the tavern?
Yes.
Did you take the pastry turnover? Because if you did, we would like that back, please.
Sorry, wait, is that the big spoon?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Okay, there you go.
Thank you kindly.
Okay.
I'd appreciate if you don't, take things from there if you can help it.
Okay, look, they just took my gambeson upstairs and I was trying to find it.
So you took the spoon instead?
Well, not instead. I did find my gambeson in the end. So, I mean, otherwise I'd be walking around shirtless still.
Just as a friendly note, please don't take things that don't belong to you. And I appreciate you returning this to me. Rashida was very worried about it.
Okay, alright, sure. Yeah, no, it's yeah. Okay,
like upset, and I put her in my bag for now. Are you all right, Maclo?
Let me return this to Rashida. I will be with you
Yes,
shortly.
the fate of the pastries depends upon it.
What happened?
Maclo's fine.
Oh, hey, Laru, how can I help you? What's up? Magic house.
Oh no, I'm hugging you. Hug. Okay. Jordan. Oh, Jordan.
So you see why I hesitate a little bit. So I'm willing to work with them. Laying that groundwork has to be done carefully.
Alrighty. Ready when you are, my dear.
Alrighty. The fate of the pastries has been resolved.
Indeed.
That's good. Truly, we would have been
We
lost.
can serve warm pastries. Now then.
Yes.
What fun things have you gotten up to today?
Oh, you know, just, having friendly little conversations. Getting to know people a bit better.
Really? So the norm, then, for you.
getting asked the hard-hitting questions. I met some people that I wasn't intending to. I'm wondering if they're going to, spread scary little rumors about me. That'd be so exciting if they
How
did.
Did Varus actually, do as you instructed?
Yes, actually. They both came.
Hmm.
And I was...
How did that go?
It seems the reason why they came here in the first place was to leave that life behind. And I...
Really?
Of course, I pointed out that that didn't change the fact that they did some things I deemed rather hard to forgive while they were not retired, but they did do as I asked, and then offered to tell me more about the group that put them up to it, the various things that they had done, that they were trying to get away from. To that I gave them an honest answered question in return. They asked probably the hardest one. Well, second hardest if we consider the first one being my name.
They asked if you were the Black Lotus.
No. That was no doubt. They wanted to know why Kazaleg.
I see.
And I told them the truth. That I have never considered myself wrong for that who I target. Save once, where I have questioned that fact. That being the one they ask about. And yet, it seems Miss Mana does share the same goal as I, in a sense. Wanting to see those like me, those like her, able to live free. If they're able to do that without resorting to using other people as a shield for their actions, then I see no reason to deny them their second chance that they have come here seeking, like so many others seem to have. And it seems that the captain, on the other hand, is seeking to find whatever few there may be within the Empire that could actually promote the change that would be needed for it to no longer be rotting from the inside. I felt a small sense of pity for them trying to do what I have been striving towards for hundreds of years. So I gave them but a single name of one that they might be able to yet seek that glimmer of hope from, if they are willing to believe the words of a murderer. I told them of Grace.
Oh. I see.
If there was any one person whom I trusted had power and the willingness to use it, it would be her. Perhaps she could succeed where I can't.
Do you think Grace will come down to Valis?
It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. From the way that she spoke in the letter that I had received back from her when I had made the mistake of reaching out to old ties.
Yes, I remember.
She took the death of Kazalig as a sign that she needed to handle matters on a more personal basis if she wants to see the change that she so deeply believes is possible. Because the other oracles cannot agree on what the path forward is, because they've relied on having the path dictated to them by their magic for so long that they have lost the ability to guide their own ship when there is no wind.
And I guess at some point we have to prepare for an oracle arriving.
If it is indeed her, I would not let the town touch her. She is the only one that I would ever say, with a title like hers, that I would deem unworthy of my attention in that regard. She is maybe one of the few pure souls that exist within that organization.
And I will keep an eye out as well. I also would like to speak with her. I have my own questions, though, I would like to ask.
I'm sure you may yet get your opportunity.
We shall see,
If
I guess.
anything, now that she believes that I am here, she could come here for no other reason than to try to seek me. As it seems that after all these years, she has not forgotten about me, like so many others have. For what reason?
You left an impact on her.
As much as I hate to admit that the same can be said of her unto me. An impact that is very similar to the one that you leave on me. After all, you've been the type to teach me that there are ways to deal with one's problems aside from making them disappear. Whether that is for the better or not, it remains to be seen, I suppose. But I won't lie in that you have made me soft. But I am not saying that is necessarily a bad thing.
I care about you is all.
I just do not know how to deal with this sense of attachment, especially when it has been so cruelly pointed out to my face. That for all of my methodology, I am still here.
Yes. And I am here as well. Whether or not the people around us point it out, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
All I
Not
know is
always.
that at some point, Varus does believe that I should be held to justice for Kazalig, for he deems was innocent blood spilt. Whether or not they were truly innocent, I suppose we will never be able to determine that, but granted, none of us at that little talk were innocent of such acts. If I am guilty for spilling the blood of Kazalig, Mana was guilty of spilling the blood of those at Yui doing Dahana, just as he was guilty of many acts that his empire had him do in their name. I told them that I did not wish to see anyone here hurt or killed, but that did not mean that I would not go quietly either.
Nor would I expect you to go quietly. That is not like you.
If they attempt to seek my identity or otherwise try to apprehend me like so many others have before, they will force my hand. I will stick to the promise that I made that I would not harm those who have made their home here in this land of second chances. But I also will not allow them to just end my mission when I believe it to be just. I cannot change the world when I am bound at the stake or otherwise locked within a cage.
No. And I will not see that happen to you. At least, to the best of my ability.
I suppose we will have to see, should that time come, if my own veil were to be torn away, how many would only see me for the name that I did not choose for myself, or if they would see what I had tried to be myself with this second chance.
I know how I would see you. As a person who opened my eyes a bit. Shared with me knowledge lost. Who shared a dream. A dream that she so desperately wants to see come to fruition. Who has worked tirelessly for hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of years. Someone that I've come to care about. And regardless of what she calls herself, regardless of what her name once was, she is someone special, unique, someone that perhaps well, who wants to see a world where we don't have to hide. You are beautiful, Miko. I know you don't like touch. As much as I wish to offer. Only if you would allow. Come here. beautiful, Miko. Mm. My dear friend. Friend who has become a special part of my life. And though I am, as you say, a young drow, I can still so much to learn.
Just one time. Could you call me by my proper name? It's been a long time since I've heard it said with endearment.
Lotus. My dear friend, Lotus. Come here. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I am here. And I won't leave you. I won't leave you. My dear Lotus.
I am sorry, I don't know it.
No. It's fine. Hey. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm right here.
You are.
I'm right here. And I won't leave. You are not alone anymore. There's someone here with you who will stand by you. Who will be your beacon to guide you, to be with you. Come here. My dear friend. My dear, dear friend.
be a problem if you weren't at your home with guests over.
Make you a promise one day. I'll take you to my home. Assuming it's still there. When the time comes. I'll take you to the Ninarin. And show you the beauty of my home.
I'd like that, I think. I think I need to lay down for the night.
Okay. If you need me, you know where to find me. That key I gave you. Hold on to it.
Of course.
Rest well, my friend.
You as well. I have definitely grown attached. And now I don't even know if I think that's a bad thing. What has happened?